हरे कृष्ण। तो we'll start. Meanwhile, others will join. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा। जय प्रभुपदा। जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव। जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरुदेव की जय। श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री राधा गोविंद की जय। श्री राधा गोपीनाथ की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रतां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगं लंघयति यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दिनेशनं श्री परमानंद माधव श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थाओं स्मरेत् पुंडरीकाक्ष सा वाक्याभ्यन्तरं शुचि देवी विष्णु देवी हरे कृष्ण. Thank you everyone for kindly joining today's session. So today we will directly go into the session. So we are not going to chant the round. So hope you are doing chanting at least one round every day. So Acharyas are saying that whenever you are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya or Hare Krishna mantra which is given by Guru, Krishna is sitting in the Golaka, is chanting our needs. He is remembering each and every one of us who is chanting. Not only that, he is remembering all the people whom we are trying to make us chant. So this chanting is the only thing successful in our life. This is the only thing which gives us happiness in this world and in the next world. So it said Vaikuntha. Kunta means anxiety. The place where you are anxiety is called Kunta. The place where you sit and recite the holy names, there is no anxiety. And that place is called Vaikuntha. So you can have Vaikuntha at your home. So Tulsi Devi is Vrindavan. Wherever Tulsi is Vrinda Devi. So wherever the Tulsi is coming, that place is called Vrindavan. So put your Tulsi leaf and chant the holy names at the place. So you are chanting your holy names in the place of pilgrimage, Vrindavan. So it will give you double, more than double benefit. So with the interest of time, we are going to the session directly. So in the last week we have seen in Vinayak Chavithi special Srimad Bhagavatam, and before that we have seen the karma topic. The karma topic is about two sessions. The first is we have understood what is this karma, how this karma is coming up. So we have seen the nuances of the karma, and now in the second part of the session we are seeing destiny, free will, and God's mercy. If everything is destined, if everything is working as per the saying, then why are we suffering? And why should we do all the things? Am I independent? We are all trying for independence. Countries trying for independence. The genders are trying for independence. Every person is trying for independence. I want to be independent. Children are trying for independence. Why? Because each and every soul is innately independent. Krishna is independent. And the souls are also independent because Satchitananda Vigraha. Souls are also Satchitananda Vigraha. They have the same quality as our father. We get the inheritance from our father. So we got our qualities from Krishna. So because of that qualities, we are also independent. And Krishna will never test their independence. So that is called free will. So if everything, if somebody says destiny, somebody says free will, and what about God's mercy in that? So where does God's mercy is coming from? So these are the three components which guide us in our day-to-day life. So what are these? How are we doing? So is destiny and free will, are we pawns or do we have a choice? What is a pawn in a chess? This is like a constable in a police station. So they have to work as per the superiors. They have no independent choice. They have to work as per the guidance. So are we pawns like that, or can I have any decision making? Can I change my destiny? What is my role in this equation? That we are going to see in this session. So small recap. So we have seen three kinds of karma, right? So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says 4.17. So the intricacies of karma, so how karma is coming, what are the causes, all of the things is difficult for you to understand Arjuna. He is saying to Arjuna that it's very difficult for you to understand. If such a warrior like Arjuna, who has graduated from Saptrishis, who has conquered his mind, Urvashi tried to kill him, but he conquered mind. So we are not more than Arjuna. If Arjuna cannot understand this karma, then who are we? Can we understand? No. Then what? What is the purpose of discussing this karma? So you have to understand what is this karma, what is vikarma, what is akarma. You understand these differences and act accordingly. Isn't it? So you act accordingly, and Bhagavad Gita continues till 18th chapter, where Arjuna fights this war for the sake of dharma, not for personal benefit. He did not want, and when he was in the first chapter, so he was seeing his friends, families, relations, attachments. Then he fought a war for dharma. So understanding this karma philosophy should make us to understand what is this dharma all about. How should I execute my dharma? So there are three kinds of activities. Three kinds of karma. One is the karma, the pious activities or punya, which is a punya. The second is vikarma, the sinful activities or papa karma, the negative things. And there is another thing called akarma, the spiritual activities. So Krishna says, so you are by the method of karma and vikarma, you are bound in this material world. Whether you are doing good things or bad things. Good and bad in this material world are both bad. You cannot say this is good, that is bad. It's all relatives. One thing is good for me, may be bad for you. One man's food, other man's poison, isn't it? So whatever I eat may not be edible to you. Similarly, everything is relative. The good and bad in this material world are both bad in this situation. Then what is a good thing? The spiritual activities which we do are the only good thing. What is the spiritual activities all about? The chanting, association, Bhagavad Gita. So other also doing the holy books. But so many people are chanting their names. So many people are chanting reading the Bhagavad Gita. Then what is the difference between them and us? Isn't it? So the consciousness matters. So if we are doing as a consciousness is what I will get out of it. If I am looking for a benefit out of it, then that is punya karma. So according to Shastras, Papa karma is anyway we are not doing as per the Shastras. The Shastras, when we are doing it for my benefit, then it is punya karma. So yesterday we did Vinayak Chavithi. So the Vinayak Chavithi, many people do is for removing obstacles, the material obstacles. So my business should go, my marriage should happen properly. All these things happen. They do all these things. So it is as per the scriptures. It's all sanctioned by the scriptures. So it becomes a punya karya. But devotees, they worship Vinayaka so that the material impediments to in the spiritual journey is removed. So we are all in the spiritual path. Any material obstacle coming, he is removing. We are asking him to remove so that I can understand Krishna. That's what we have seen, right? He makes us line clear for Krishna. In that consciousness, if you do the same thing, it's called. So it's a consciousness which means what we do. Why we do this besides whether it's a karma or an akarma. So akarma is generally done. So karma is done as a benefit in return. I do some charity, all those things for a definite good life. And that becomes punya karma. And sinful karma, anyway, you are doing as per taken as the scriptures. Taking alcohol, eating, all those things are not as per the scriptures. The four pillars of dharma, you said Satyam, Daya, Sautyam, Tapasya. So one by one, each pillar is going down. As the yuga changes, one pillar is destroyed. In this Kali Yuga, only truthfulness is left out, and no sooner that is going to break. So both vikarma, karma and akarma are causing the bondage. When do you do punya karma? Go to the Brahmaloka. So when you do papa, you go to the bottom hill Patalaloka. So Patalaloka is like a jail, and upper planetary systems like a nice Mauritius planet, Mauritius, all those sightseeing places. But how long you can enjoy it? Till your credit card expires or your debit card expires. Then what you have to do? You have to come to your office, pay the credit bills. So you have come down again. So no jail person, no prisoner is continuously suffering in the jail. So one day he will be released. No, in the Abrahamic religion, they say, if you don't do this, you will eternally go to hell. Otherwise, eternally go to heaven. So their standard is up to a certain level. But Krishna says, there is no eternality in heaven and hell. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avarjana Varjana. So whether you go to the Brahma Loka, highest Loka, you can enjoy the transformation, how Indra is enjoying. So he has a damn shells, all those people they have a thing. So though you are enjoying in this upper planetary systems, one day your credit comes down. You have to fall back into this planetary earth. And whether you are in a Atala Loka, one day you will be released. So this is the junction point. Human birth is a junction point. Through this human birth only we can reach the Vaikuntha. We can remove from this. In other bodies, it is impossible. So either we are immersed in enjoyment or we are completely suffering. So when you are completely suffering, you cannot think about God. When you are completely enjoying, you cannot think about God. So you should have a balance. This human body is a balance of both karma and vikarma results. So we can choose to do akarma. What is this akarma all about? Akarma refers to spiritual activity performed on behalf of for the pleasure of God. It's not for my pleasure, it is pleasure of God. Because they are so performed because selfish desire. But as we progress in the bhakti life, our selfish desires should come down. So what is the metric that I am progressing in bhakti life? The I-ness will come down. My I-ness, my idea of my I and Krishna is same. Not that I merge into Krishna. My Krishna's ideas and my ideas should match. Why Krishna is coming to this material world? Dharma sthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chaduskruta. So Krishna is coming in this world to first to protect the pious devotees. Second is to destroy the sinful people and establish dharma. So our duty as a devotee should be also the same thing, same motto. So we have to associate with the devotees. We have to give our association, we have to take up the association. Second, you have to avoid the bad association. Or you have to kill that bad thing to the maximum extent is possible. Dharma, Kali Yuga Dharma is only standing on the holy names. As a devotee, we have to do the association of devotees, avoid the bad association or kill the sinful people like Harinam and spread this glories of Harinam. That is what Krishna's goal is all about. So the I-ness comes down and gradually our selfishness also comes down. That's why because there is no selfishness, this akarma is not bounding you. Akarma does not bring any material reaction because I don't have any material desires. By akarma, one day without devotion for the Lord, detachment from the worldly affairs, purity and spiritual happiness. Sometimes some people say you have to detach. Attachments, so any spiritual says attachments is the root cause of finding. So we have to start detaching. But they don't have the knowledge how to detach. Or they have a wrong notation of detachment. So Krishna consciousness or any Vaishnava philosophy doesn't teach you Bhoga and Tyaga. Any Vaishnava philosophy will not teach you Bhoga and Tyaga. So what does it teach you? Engage all the things in the service of Krishna. This laptop is a material thing. The other people say this is material, I don't touch it. But as a devotees, Vaishnava devotees, what you will do? Use the laptop for the presentation of Krishna consciousness or Vishnu. So it's a spiritual reading again. So materialism and spiritualism is for consciousness. How we are engaging each and every element in service of Vishnu or Krishna. There are some activities which cannot be engaged in Krishna consciousness, like meat eating, killing, all those things. Like as I say, I'm doing this for the pleasure of Vishnu. You cannot do that. There are certain things you have to avoid it. There are certain things you have to accept it. Akarma liberates from one cycle of birth and death and takes on to a spiritual journey. So when you have to come out of this Janma Mrityu Jara cycle, you have to do Akarma only. There is no other option. So work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be done. Otherwise, work contest bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for the satisfaction. And in that way, you will always remember to remain free from bondage. So how can I be free from these three modes of material nature? When I engage these activities for the pleasure of Krishna. We have to understand whether this activity is pleasing Krishna or not. That's what you have to see. So how do I know when Krishna is pleased? Your satisfaction level increases in life. So when you are not satisfied, I want more, that means Krishna is not yet pleased completely. If you have satisfied life, the byproduct of satisfaction is happiness. We are chasing for happiness, but we are not getting it because we are not leading a satisfied life. When Krishna is happy, naturally will be a satisfied life. You will do all the activities. Not that you will sit at one place, do nothing. You will do all the activities. Satisfaction means you are not expecting anything from myself. So you are working for a company, you are getting some money for your company. That money doesn't belong to you, right? It belongs to the company. You work hard for the satisfaction of the company. Get more and more so that others also get benefit, isn't it? When the company is progressing, even all the people who are not also working also get the benefit, right? Not that they are not working, so I will not work. Similarly, when I work for Krishna consciousness, when I work for Krishna, all the living entities also happy. So the way you spread happiness is first you becoming the Krishna consciousness. Sources of karma. So we should know from where the karma is coming. My actions. So what are those actions that make me go for this karma? First is our speech. What are we talking all about? So anything hard that causes to anyone, if I talk something which hurts you, that causes karma. If I talk something which pleases you, I get punya karma. Isn't it? So good things give you good results. Bad things causes the bad results. If I hurt you, my intention is only to down upon you. Then your brain gets damaged. You will be into depression sometimes. People will be in depression because of one word. And that causes a negative karma. So the hardest element in a human body is your tongue. It doesn't have any bone. It has so many bones. This has so many bones. It has 10th element. No. Our tongue is the biggest, toughest element because it causes damage to other people. That's why it said, Rupa Goswami says, Devonmukhahi jihvado swayam eva spuratyah. So to understand Krishna, it is not your intelligence that will help you. It's not degree that will help you. It's only your tongue that will help you. Devonmukha jihva. Jihva means the tongue. So if you engage the tongue in the service, that automatically Krishna is revealed to you. No need to understand. He will comes and says, this is me. You understand Bhagavad Gita nicely, Bhagavatam nicely. But if you don't control your tongue, how much you read, how much you do, you are not going to understand Krishna. You think that you understood, but you will not understand. How can I engage my tongue in the service? Tongue has two things, tasting and talking. These are two things which the tongue does. So you have to taste Krishna Prasada. Second is you have to engage the tongue in the service of Krishna by speaking about Krishna. chanting of the holy names. So our spiritual journey starts when only we chant the holy names. It is prescribed that we have to chant 16 rounds of the Japamala. So our target should be 16 Japamalas and more. We are not to stop at 16. We have time, do more and more. So anything hard that causes use a speech for spreading the message of God. You have ability to speak, spread about God. So you don't need to make presentations, sit like this and talk. You are talking in your friend circle, talk about something about Krishna to that level. That is Krishna consciousness. Don't use words to humiliate others and insult others. Use it for encouragement. You have the nice tongue. Use it for encouragement. Then what is the purpose? Don't use it for insulting and criticizing others. Harsh words used as a part of duty. Suppose you are building a temple. Suppose you are building a nice temple. Then you have to engage labor. The labor may not be Krishna conscious, but they are general labor. If you go to the labor and say, please put it like this, put it like that, do cement like this, will they listen? No. Sometimes you have to shout. Why are you not coming? Where is the cement? You have to shout at them. You have to make the work faster. Sometimes in our offices we have to do that. Our subordinates. Parents scold their children. Isn't it harsh words? But external people say it's harsh words. But only mother knows. Is to correct the children. When our intention is to correct the children, it's a good thing. Sometimes what happened, parents. So IIT, NEET, they have come. So this was your colleague, your friend has got nice marks. Why about you? You are fit for nothing. We start scolding our child like this. Is it an insult or consult? It's an insult. So by understanding karma, we have to understand that every soul is bound by some karma. Our children are also bound by some karma. So we have to be patient with them. You have to encourage them. So you have to say, you have to put a tuition, you have to sit personally, you have to do all the things so that he or she can progress. So there was once a parent. So the child got 10 marks in mathematics. So he's a failure. So he is scolded. Then he realized there is something. So he kept a tuition and he kept night out, and the father used to solve the maths for them. So he taught the maths. So after the next exam, he got 50 marks. So 20 marks was the pass. He got 18 marks. And the father gave a nice chocolate. And the other people say, your child is already failed. Last exam he was 10 marks. Now he got 50 marks. So he is progressing. So we have to help our children to progress. So it's our intentions that matters. With what intention I'm doing? In today's world, people are, especially children, are so stressed. Why? Because parents are thinking that I did not achieve in my life, my child has to achieve it. It creates a problem. So we have to understand what does the child want, and we have to do the needful. So, however, they should be done with consciousness filled with compassion. You have to show compassion, love. So with love, when you shout also, it's good. But with the intention to insult others, to down upon others, is creating karma. Our behavior, the way we walk, the way we conduct ourselves, the public, is also causing karma. Because we are disturbing so many other people knowingly or unknowingly. So, how many of you are leaders here? How many of you are leaders? You are all leaders. What is the definition of a leader? It doesn't mean you should have 10 or 50 followers or 100 followers. So whether you know or don't know, when people are following you. Whether this person is doing nice things, let me incorporate. Anyway, this person is also like this. We also go like this, isn't it? So seeing us, our children, parents are the first role model leaders for the children. We are a leader. So seeing our behavior, children learn. Seeing our behavior, our society learns sometimes. So we, as a person we have to conduct ourselves. Krishna says, Yadyat achareti shrestha tattat evaha janaha. So when a leader does something, common man will always follow. So when we do something, some people without knowing or not knowing unknowingly, they follow us. So indirectly, directly we are affecting through our behaviors. So what happened? So behave as per the Vaishnava etiquettes. Respect the other person accordingly. Dress appropriately. Conduct your words accordingly. Deal with your subordinates nicely. Deal with your equals. Deal with your superiors. So every dealing should be a first class. It's not a, anyway it happens. We should not take anything casual. That is for our mind. That is for our understanding. So when something is bad is happening, no, something problem is there. This is for our understanding. But when we start conducting ourselves, each and every conduct should be a first class. That's called Vaishnava etiquette. Behavior which irritates others' consciousness badly has a grave consciousness consequences. One small example, so many other examples. But today it has been a popular, so I don't take it in the sense. So today, this is a woman are having a revealing presence. It's not only women, it's both men and women. So we know the film stars. They show the six packs. Women, they show their body. So what is wrong in this? I will be what I am. Please accept me what I am. Why should I accept you the way you are? Why should I accept you? People say, accept me as I am. Why should I accept you? Is also the right question, right? There are certain etiquettes we have to do in the public. But today what happened? So, you know, a doctor is being raped. So people are saying that what has happened to do in this? She had dressed neatly, isn't it? She had dressed traditionally. But she was suffering. They say dress is not a problem. No. He might not have worn a revealing dress. The person who committed the crime has seen a woman in a revealing dress. He did not release his energy on that woman. That energy got released on this innocent lady. Isn't it? The cause is somewhere. The switch is somewhere and the bulb is somewhere. So somebody has caused a person who committed a crime has an addiction for pornography. Is pornography revealing? Women are revealing the bodies? Did it cause? So this person has to suffer. Who committed a crime has to suffer. So what happened? It naturally sometimes one who is, we are all fighting for the lust. We are all some kind of the fighting this enemy called lust. So one who is unable to control his lust is affected by his revealing thought. Then what happened? He starts asking his wife to wear the same clothes. The wife might be coming from a traditional background. And husband says, today's culture is like this. You have to wear these short dresses. And the Mataji is not comfortable. Then if he starts forcing, he says, I cannot wear it. Then what happened? His desire starts increasing. And ultimately what happens? It leads to illegal relationship with other women. Then what happened? So there is illegal relationship happen, and the original which is relationship between his wife and the husband is broken, isn't it? Someday this relationship is broken. And if this Mataji, which is revealing the cloth, has taken a next birth, and because in the last birth she has indirectly caused the relationship to break, now her relationship has broken in his life. And she says, I am a good person. Why is this happening to me? I did nothing. In the previous life, you have agitated other men and caused his marital relationship to spoil. Now you are facing the consequences, isn't it? So our behavior, whether it be man or woman or children, our behavior do matter in this material world. We do not know how are we influencing others. So better behave nicely. Our every act is counted and there is reaction for waiting, whether it comes immediately or in the 100 lifetimes after. it is going to come. If a spiritually inclined person or a saintly sadhu is disturbed, our behavior, the karmic effect is grave. Spiritual person is trying to control the senses. So spirituality is controlling your senses. So if it is very hard to control our senses, right? Especially the mind. You have by now you have understood when you are chanting how much it is difficult to concentrate. So people are struggling to concentrate the mind and progressing the spiritual journey. You start educating the mind. Aren't we the cause for that? Should we be punished for severely? So when you are behaving with a saintly person, you have to be very careful. That's why when in the olden days, women used to wear kungan over the head. Boys used to be also wearing nice dresses. So when you should not agitate this spiritually kind of person, especially the brahmacharis and sannyasis. When you agitate them, we are going to face so many consequences. We cannot imagine the karmic fate of the artist who disturbs the conscience of millions of what about the people who are working in the movie industry. So one hero will stand like this, opening his bare chested. What will he become? So you want to show your body? Don't. Krishna wants to control the irritation. Next time you become a tree without any dress, stand like this. Nobody is getting affected. So it is said when you expose our bodies, we are going to take the tree body. So that we have the desire fulfilled to expose our body, and the persons are conscious. There is no consciousness. So in the word, so you have heard about Krishna taking the mortar between the two Arjuna trees. So they are Nalakuvaira and Pradiktiva. Why did they become tree? Because they exposed their body before a great sage called Narada. And they were cursed to become a tree. And a great person's curse will become a boon. And the curse of Narada made that Nalakuvaira and Manigriva to have association of Krishna. So sometimes curses also get a boon. So we have to be very careful when in our behavior. Remember, it is never about us, it never was. It's not about only me, it's about we. Our actions. Physically, we are doing our actions. Any action which causes harm to others spiritually or materially. So most important is the spiritual disadvantage. So people who are going to spiritual path, if we affect them, they are going to get severe consequences. By our mind. So in earlier days, in earlier yugas, so Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, if a desire comes in your mind, that is also taken account. Fortunately, in Kali Yuga, your mind's desires are not considered. Otherwise, we are going to suffer a lot. If I reveal my mind, nobody will stand around me, isn't it? We don't reveal our minds. We reveal only certain things. Certain things is common to me, isn't it? If I reveal everything, nobody will be there. So if I give karma to for every your mind thoughts, will you be happy? No. So Krishna knows Kali Yuga is the greatest problem, and he did not give. But a problem with the mind. If a thought comes in the mind, think about it, you will put it right. If I think I need to eat this, I need to go to the movie, we contemplate more and more and more. It creates a desire. Today I should go and watch the movie, isn't it? So the problem is, if you think more on the mind, to give attention to your mind more, you will put that into actions. So watch your mind. So our thoughts lead to actions. In Kali Yuga, thoughts doesn't cause negative karma in Satyuga. So other sources. There are several other sources. What more sources are there? Now you will be worried about these sources. Are you ready? Vikarma of the dependents who are dependent on your guidance. So there are so many dependents on you. Your children, your aged parents, in-laws, subordinates. They are all dependents on us. Their karmic effect, especially vikarma, will come to us. Some portion, not all. Some portion we have to take. Because They are depending on us. We have the right to guide them in the right direction. Vikarma caused by Vastu. You all know. Do Vastu Puja, Vastu, because Vastu had. But do you know that Vastu will affect only the first floor? There was independent floors, independent houses, and Vastu will have effect on that. But in the sky building, there is no question of Vastu. Vastu will not come into the picture. But if that considering Vastu helps you in your spiritual journey, use it. If your mind is not stable, use it. But don't think that Vastu is the only solution. Vikarma performed by others in the family. You have relations, Mama, Atta, all those people. So their Vikarma will come to you. So what am I going to do with this knowledge? Spread this knowledge in your home. Tell about this karma. Engage them in the nice activities, isn't it? Teach them Bhagavad Gita. Vikarma performed by others in the same locality. Now this is too much, right? In your locality, they are doing Vikarma. And that is also coming into you. Will that effect of rape will come to you? Yes. It will come. Naturally, but not completely. Vikarma performed by the country in which you reside. This is going too much. You are residing in a country and people doing the activities will have karmic effect on you. Vikarma performed by the leaders in the other country. It is going very, very too much. I am not able to handle. So our kings, who are our kings? Chief ministers. Elders of the family also, these are the leaders. You know, the Bhagavatam says, if the king is nice, 1/6 of the punya of every citizen goes to the king. And the king is not doing the nice activities, 1/6 of the karma comes to the each and every citizen. That's why in olden days, what they used to say, a couple should have at least 10 children because the karma gets distributed. Is one of the reasons. Today, we say it's population, all those things, but it's a karma. So, karma is distributed automatically. Okay. So, leaders has a different role. There are innumerable sources of karma and there are innumerable effects of the karma. Then, how long will you say, I do the punya, I do papa, meditation? How much you will cancel? You don't know how much sources are coming, how many people are doing it. So there is no point doing the puja, homa, you have to come out of it. So sometimes we go to the pushkarams to have a bath. Yes, that will kill you all the sins. So it is good. At the time we step out of the water, karma starts. Okay, our tendency is there to the right things or wrong things. Even the Christians, they say go to the church, they confess on Sunday. But what about Monday to Saturday? They are doing the same thing. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, so atonement without any refinement is useless. So going to Pushkaram without any kind of change in the mind is useless. Of course, old thing has gone, but we are acquiring new thing. So doing puja, yajna, homa, for this, all these things, karmic effects will not have any benefit. The cycle of getting and releasing from the karma is never ending. By your own way, you cannot come out of this cycle of karma. Astrological charts and powerful stones, gemstones, you have right? Pushyaragam, all those things, diamonds. What are you doing with the diamonds? All those things. So that I don't suffer now. That means we are going to suffer tomorrow. Yes, postponing things, that's all. So these stones will just postpone the things. So in the olden days, there were no gemstones on these things. So elders used to say, you are suffering, let you suffer. This suffering is very good. Suffering means you are burning your bad karma. Your bad karma is exhausted. Isn't it good? Is it good, right? Your bad karma is exhausted. Then I say, if you are enjoying, your good karma is also exhausted. Means all the punya is exhausted. So now bad situation is good, good situation is bad, isn't it? That's what we have started with the session. Good and bad are both bad in this one. You are consuming bad or you are facing bad. So forget about this karma. So counteracting this karma will not help us. Then what we should do? The concept of karma is not for mapping reaction to action. So what wrong did I do? I should know. Then only I will correct. So understanding karma is not to make you understand that what wrongs you have done. So instead of it is for performing corrective actions. So if our children is not performing well in the exam, that means they have not studied well. Now what we have to do? You coaching, support, encourage, then they will go. So that's the karma. So stop blaming God for the events happening in our life, isn't it? Now, is God in the picture? Is God giving you the bad results? No. So our actions that we are doing. It's the way this world is working. Krishna says, Dukhalayam Ashasana. This is Dukhalayam. So you are going to get misery and you want to stay here. So if you want to stay in the public toilet, you have to face the bad smell. You cannot say, this has a public toilet has bad smell. I want good smell over here. How much perfume you put, it's bad. So in this world, how much counteraction you do, you are going to get the bad results. So it's our action. Thank God for providing an opportunity to understand. Krishna has given us an opportunity for all of us to understand what is karma. Before this session, do we have any idea about this, all these things? No. Why Krishna is giving all this material for all of us? So that we are getting corrected. Understand how you are fortunate you are listening. Understand the nature of the material world and the laws of karma. Stop blaming God. So what happens when we get good results? Because I did it. If I don't do it, if I am not there, my company is lost. If I am not there, my children are lost. But when bad thing happens, Bhagavantana, why did you do? When bad things happen, we start questioning God. When good things happen, we will not talk about it. Me, isn't it? So sympathizing anyone suffering and don't say this is God's plan. So today I was seeing an article on the news article, and one person was in Chennai was held by the police because he explained the karmic or the same thing to say that you have done wrong. Teachers have come and said, they expressed their grief. He said, because of your karma, you did this. And he was arrested. Isn't right? What he said is right. It's because of karma, he is suffering. But understanding karma should not make us to say that. We have to first sympathize other. Because other person are revealing their own problems with you, means they have confidence on you. They have put confidence on us. So first we have to sympathize. You know, they are suffering from certain problems. So karmic theory is for us to understand that I am facing problem because I have done. Not to judge each and every one other person. Because you have done wrong, because you have done wrong, because you have done wrong, because that is wrong, you are getting these results. If I say that the girl has to suffer because of a karmic reaction, that is the wrong point of saying the same Shastra. Yes, that might be the true, but you have to sympathize with that girl who has suffered a lot, isn't it? So first thing is to sympathize. Saying it's karma also is rude. Just support the person, stand up again. So once the person is stabilized, yes, he has somehow come out of this problem, then you can start the philosophy. Yeah, karma, this you have done wrong. Now is a chance to rectify. So don't do all these things. Stand Hare Krishna. But during the problem phase, don't try to teach any philosophy. So we are understanding this knowledge. So we are well equipped in this knowledge. Doesn't make us to bombard this knowledge to our people. So we have to show the sympathy when they come to a certain level, give this philosophy. That's why people are running away from philosophies. Everyone knows about the karma, but they need a conducive platform. So you know the karma. Now I need to have a platform to fix it. So I have a problem in my pipeline. I call the plumber, fix it. So I need a platform to fix my karma. So okay, we are not devotees. We are led a materialistic lifestyle. We see certain devotees also suffering, right? Then you might ask, we have done all the nonsense. We understood. We are in the deep zone. Then you devotees, you understand what is this karma, all those things. You are surrendered. Then why are you facing the problems? Isn't it? Bharata was faced a problem of sending. He did not have any intention to send Ram, but he was blamed for that, isn't it? Why he was suffering? He had no intention of sending Ram, but he is suffering. Lakshman did he suffer? Yes, he has to suffer. He had to separate from his dearest wife, Urmila. So Sita did she suffer? She suffered in the foreign land under a crooked person. These are all devotees, right, of Ram. Then why did they suffer? So, for devotees, the sufferings are in a different level. So Lord Krishna removes all our karma at once. So, presently, when we are not a devotee, our karmic accounts are seen by Durga Devi. But once you start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, the day you started, your karmic accounts are shifted to Krishna. Durga is no longer managing your accounts. It is Krishna who is the direct in charge of our karmic values. So, suffering to the devotees are mere reminders and cautions released from the Lord. Yes, he has taken. There is no karmic karma for a devotee. But sometimes devotee also gets distracted, deviated. And Krishna takes one marble from his pocket. Goes, get up. So I think in our olden days, when we were in the schools, when we used to sleep, teacher used to throw or a duster. Suddenly, miraculously come and starts hitting us. They are so perfect. So it starts hitting us, isn't it? So Krishna throws, get up. So it's a personal way. So teacher has no other intention except to make the child understand the philosophy, isn't it? So Krishna also says, devotee, get up. Now you have started devoting your body words to me. Now the body belongs to me. So you don't have it right. Get up. So sufferings in a devotee's life makes him remember that he is deviating from the path, so that he'll come to the right path. Not only that, how can you assess a person's character? So in the midst of everything nice, you cannot assess a character. So when deep situation distress come, then only we can understand the character of a person. Why Ramayana was a successful? Why Ram's life was successful? Because Sita showed the character when she was in the Lanka. When Ram was successful because he showed that my duty is to protect my wife at any cost. So she is dependent upon me, whatever cost, I have to protect my wife. Today, if somebody takes our wife, what will we do? We'll marry again. Isn't it? If she runs away, we'll marry again. Is it the nature? No. The Ramayana was successful because they showed their integrity in the difficult situation. So our character comes when we face difficult situation. So people write examinations, students write examinations. So one who has read at least something will appear for the examination, isn't it? If he has not prepared for anything, he will not appear for the examination, isn't it? So one who prepares gets examination. We are all prepared today. Are we going to be tested? Yes, we are all going to be tested. You have purchased mobile phone. Did you test your mobile phone? Isn't it? Tested our dresses, whether it fits or not. Will Krishna will test us? Yes, naturally. So in the test, our character comes out at that moment. That is the point when we had. So Prahlad, was he in a good situation? His own father was trying to kill him. Are we more in difficult situation than Prahlad? Vibhishan, he was among the Rakshasas. Is he in a good situation? No. There are so many people who are not in the situation and they came in the life because only one concept. They are always surrendered to God. So for a devotee, the suffering is a test of the character to show that my devotee has this much character. With any difficulty, he is not going to deviate the path. That's what the test of a character is. Externally, devotees might seem undergoing sufferings, but internally they are in ecstasy. When you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you understand this more. How these devotees, their lives are not so conducive externally, but they are so happy. In this worst situation, how come they are happy? So you can understand through Bhagavatam. So you have heard about Prarabdha and Sanchita Karma? So Sanchi, Telugulo kuda Sanchi means baggage. So the day we came into this material world, till now, we have created so many karmas. The entire lot is called Sanchita Karma. Supreme, all combinations. And out of that, something is given in this life. And that is called Prarabdha. Anta na Prarabdha. And Telugulo Ananta. What is that Prarabdha? In this life, we are given some portion of this karma. Good and bad. You have to cover this. That's called Prarabdha. It's according to Prarabdha Karma that born in a certain family. I took the birth in a devotee's family or a well-educated family or poor family. It's a kind of body, certain amount of happiness and distress, certain kind of death. Even death is decided based on your karma, how you are going to die. So then what is destiny or fate? So it is said, man is a maker of his own destiny, right? So we make our own destiny. Today's actions results you tomorrow's result. Today I am doing action, tomorrow I am getting the result, and that is called destiny. So destiny means boarding the flight. You have taken ticket for Delhi, you are boarding the flight. So that is called destiny. You have to go it. So on the flight, and after you get down to the flight, whatever you are doing is your choice, right? Whether you order popcorn, sweet corn, whatever you do. So getting down and telling what you do is entirely your own. That is called free. So getting these results, whatever results you are getting is destiny because we have acted. So today, how I am acting is dependent upon destiny. So that destiny doesn't mean that I have to sit silently. We are supposed to act at our future. Destiny does not remove the responsibility of our actions. I am suffering because of all this. Everyone should understand my suffering. Doesn't make you irresponsible. Destiny should not make you irresponsible. So two ways of looking at destiny. One is right way and the other is the wrong way. So there are two kinds of people. One is called karmavad. Karma is action, work is worship. So they are called karmavad. The other is dayavad. Everyone says God is the doer. So everything depends upon God. But in in dayavad also there is a wrong understanding and there is a right understanding. So karmavad says, I am in the control of everything. Everything works based on my actions. Everything is based on my actions. If I do, it's successful. I become successful because so many things have happened. I have done all this investment rightly. So they say everything is based on my own. The people following such philosophy in life look very confident and energetic. Yes, sir? So many businessmen, they look so energetic and confident. Just when something goes against the plan, they go into depression. You see so many suicides. Film actors, successful film actors, they committed suicide. When one wrong thing happens in their life, they go into depression or commit suicide. Next is Daivad. Everything is done by the God only. I don't need to do anything. I will wait for God to do. So everything is this time. So I am acting according to the destiny. So I will go as per the destiny. So that's the philosophy of Dhritarashtra. Sakshat Krishna, Bhagavan, has come before Dhritarashtra and said, please stop the war. I will protect your 100 children. Please stop the war, he said. Then what did the Dhritarashtra say? Everything is destined. It will happen according to the God's will. God is saying before you that I will protect your 100 sons. And he is saying God will decide. That is the nature of a Daivavan. So he has every opportunity to stop the Kurukshetra war and give the 5 places to the Pandavas, and all 105 brothers would have said peacefully. They had every choice, but he said everything is destined. An actual Daivavan means I will do my part as per my instructions. So, and as the rest, God will determine. Right? My action is to do this. As a husband, I have to do something. As a wife, I need to do something. As an employee, I have to do something. So we all have swadharmas. So we have to do our duties. Give the rest results to Krishna. What is it? You have the right to do your activities. This is the right understanding of destiny. Farmer puts the seeds, does all the things, and ultimately he waits for the rain to fall, sun to shine, isn't it? He cannot force the rain, isn't it? He has to wait it. But unfortunately today we came away from the farming. We don't know how farmer is farming. So farmer is the one who is actually dependent on God. So we have to plant our seed and wait for the situations to come. So God helps the one who helps themselves. Destiny is a plan created by God based on our actions, tendencies, and desires. We have certain tendencies, certain desires, and God will create a plan so that you get the desires fulfilled. Can I know my destiny? Next question. What is my destiny? Yes. Based on tendency. If a person dies because of liver cirrhosis, it means that he has consumed alcohol, isn't it? So our activity says, I'm eating outside food, I'm going to get stomach problem, obesity problems, all those things. So our tendency says, yes, I'm going to suffer. If you are addicted to pornography, one day you will commit crime. It's simple. Second, astrology is a science. To see the destiny based on astrology is a science. But today, there are no expert scientists in astrology. In the older days, they used to see the movements, planetary movements exactly, and they could tell. But today, it has become a business. But astrology works to understand. Can you change your destiny? Of course, you can change. Yes, if you change the karma, our karma, we can stop. So now you understood, I'm in the wrong path. I'm doing something wrong. From now, can we correct? Yes, from today, I can be a good person. If God knows everything, God knows everything, right? Krishna says, I know past, present, and future of every soul. If God knows everything, then what is the question of destiny and free will? Isn't it? Why all this destiny? God knows our tendencies. Just like our parents know the tendency of the children. Isn't it? And they act accordingly so that the child gets corrected. Even God works similarly. God provides the knowledge to utilize our free will the best possible way so that we can change our destiny. He gives our guidance so that you will change because Krishna will never interfere with our free will. Krishna is not going to interfere. If everything is based on karma and destiny, then what is the role of God? Some people will ask this. Mercy is stronger than karma. God's mercy. Are we merciful? Bhagavad Gita is revealed to you. Bhagavad Gita is in your home. It is being taught here. It will be taught later. You are chanting the holy names, associating with the devotees. This is the God's mercy. This is much more higher than for all karma, destiny, everything. So don't worry about your sufferings or happiness. Krishna says, Atmas prasas kaunteya, you have to tolerate duality. This happens when you follow the God and he shows God's mercy. భగవంతుడి పాత్ర కృపకి పాత్రలు కంటే టీవీలో చెప్తారు కదా టీవీలో వాట్ ఈస్ ద కృప హౌ కెన్ వి బి that we have to act according to what is will. God does not interfere in our free will, but sometimes God brings His mercy in front of us. Devotees come into your life, starts coming. That is what God's mercy is all about. If God already knows when will come back to Him, then what is karma? Krishna knows when I will come. I come for them. So I ask some people to read Bhagavad Gita. They say, Bhagwantudu Agya Raval. What more Agya you want? Bhagavad has already spoken 5,000 years back. It's already printed. Somebody has translated for you. Somebody has to call the pain to make you understand. Somebody is giving you the book. Then what Agya you want? Right? So we can execute our free will to delay or expedite. Free will, our independence is like the brake or accelerator of our car. Using our free will, you can accelerate towards Krishna, or you can say, Krishna, wait. This lifetime I'm not going to come. Whatever you do, I'm not going to. Kill me with Bhagavad Gita, I will not come. You say that. So because we have kept brake on that. So using our free will, whether we are giving a brake or an accelerator. So when we are an accelerator, in this life only we can go back. Otherwise, it will take some time. But definitely, in one life, in any lifetime, we are going to go back to Krishna. So each and every one of you today are actually on the path of Krishna. Whether we accelerate in this life or postpone it in the future life is up to. So when Lord Krishna bestows causeless mercy, then it overtakes karma and destiny. They are not insignificant before Krishna's mercy. We are not allowing Krishna to act freely. We have to say, I am a puppet in your hands. Let me dance according to your tune. You play your flute, accordingly I will dance. But we are not saying, no Krishna, please stay there. Stay where you are. You are happy in Goloka, I am happy in Yasodhanagar. That's what we are feeling. But when you start giving control to Krishna, like Arjuna has given control to Krishna, then he was successful, isn't it? The day we pray, do what it takes, take me. I am suffering in this world. Do whatever. So when you go to doctor for an operation, what will you do? Whatever you do, oh, doctor, how much amount it happens, no problem. Please operate. The surgeon operates, cuts your body, opens, and do operation. You say, do it. Because you are surrendered to God, surrendered to the doctor. Similarly, I am suffering in this world. Krishna, please operate on me. I have full trust on you. Whatever you are doing is for my benefit. The day we start praying that, next moment we are going back to Krishna. So what is the destiny of a devotee? When he surrenders, what happens after a devotee after he surrenders? What Bhagavatam says, the personality of Godhead said, if I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. I will take away his wealth. This is a little heavier of all the slokas. Then the relatives and friends of such poverty stricken means relatives and friends will abandon that person. In this way, he suffers of distress. Why Krishna is doing all these things? It is not there. Krishna is not saying that I am threatening you. If you become a devotee, I will punish you. He is not saying that. Because Krishna wants us to come back very soon. All the karma which Krishna knows, how many crores of karma we have. He is giving all the karma results in one go. Fast forward. So we have the fast forward in the system, right? Krishna will give you in the fast forward all the karma at once. So that not any karma is left in the devotee and he will come nicely. When he becomes frustrated in his attempts to make money and instead befriends my devotees, I bestow. When something distressing happens to a devotee, he starts taking association of devotees more. Krishna is more interested in giving association, not in our material things. A person who has thus become sober fully realizes the absolute truth, the most subtle and perfect manifestation of spirit, the transcendental existence without end. So it doesn't mean that today I am chanting Hare Krishna, tomorrow he will take my relatives, take my property. Krishna is not going to touch because we are not devotees. The day we become a devotee, he gives all the mercy so that the devotee comes in a very fast forward way. You know Tukaram, right? Tukaram went back to God singing in his own body. He called his wife, please come. She did not understand. And the next day he said, bye bye. So that means a devotee gets more pleasure in serving Krishna, serving Vishnu, that remaining things become insignificant. He does his duty. Tukaram did all his duties. But when the day of death has come, finished. Isn't it? This is how we have to go. My Shiksha Guru's father has left his body recently. So many devotees have come chanting Hare Krishna mantra. If you have seen it live, that's a very glorious death. One of the devotee in our satsang, he passed away. If you see that video of how passing, even the materialistic person is asking, if I want to pass like this, if I want to die like this, what is the way? People are coming and asking, I want to have a death like this. Some person is asking, one old lady who was left alone by the children is asking, if I die, is any devotee come and pray for us? So they understood that devotees dying is a glorious way. You see that. So ordinary death is different and devotee's death is entirely different. We have to witness it. I have witnessed it and I am convinced. I am on the right path. Until that time, I was having a theoretical knowledge. But at that moment, I was convinced, yes, it is going to work. So whether we are a lady, simple lady, whether we are old man, children, doesn't matter. If you follow this process, we have a glorious death. Are we ready for getting full mercy? Are we ready? We have to question ourselves. So fear of God might be the starting point of our spirituality. The fear of God. Fear of parents makes a child to learn, isn't it? My father will scold, my mother will scold, so I better get good marks. So fear of God is a first level of understanding. So persons with knowledge of karma can make sense out of everything happening. Now you will understand why something is happening in your life. Oh, this is the situation. Krishna said like this. Krishna said like this. When now you open Bhagavad Gita, you will get the solution because you know the problem now. So now you open the Bhagavad Gita, you will get a solution in the Bhagavad Gita. Next, I am the doer changes to I am the designer. I am not doing, I am desiring. Similarly, and eventually it leads to let Lord decide what will happen. I am going to work for him. Sometimes externally materialistic person can think devotee does not act to save himself. Devotee does his best. So it doesn't mean that you have to leave everything for God. You have to do your best and leave the rest to Krishna. All the anarthas are in the control when one understands the laws of karma. What does anartha mean? An offense. Sometimes English word is said anartha. Artham lenidi means there is nothing meaningful. So when you understand karma, you will understand what is meaningful to your life and what is not meaningful to your life. Then you will act accordingly. There is no reason to compare, comment, or harm anyone else. Everything is seen in the light of karma. Lord Krishna removes bad desires and also the inner cravings. Lord is called Karunanidhi. He has ocean of mercy. When you start current, it will fall. So how do I get freedom from karma? Holy names of Krishna becomes our shelter. It's a holy name. Holy Harinameva Kevalam, Harinameva Kevalam, Harinameva Kevalam. Alone Nasteva, 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 Kritinaneta. There is no other way except to chant the holy names of Krishna. God has invested all his mercy. Now Krishna is not here, but he has left his holy names. Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nita Sarva Shakti. So I have kept my potency in every name of me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yes. Hare Krishna, yes. All the things are given. But you may ask, if there are so many names, why only this name? So a mantra given by Guru will work. There are so many names, but the name should come from the Guru. So we have heard about who is Guru, qualities of a Guru. Guru should be the first medium. So we get eternal credit for chanting the holy names of the Lord. So we invest money in our banks, but the chanting which we do is an eternal bank investment. The returns are you cannot expect it. नेहाभिक्रम नास्ति प्रत्यावारः न विद्यते स्वल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायतो महोदय. If you do small things in this Krishna consciousness, the greatest of the fear is lost. What is our greatest fear? Death. So we lose the fear of death. So now actually inauspicious condition is ever imposed on the devotees of the Lord, and thus they would not fear having of to take birth again and within this world, and again suffer in these miserable conditions of old age. The one who takes the shelter of the Vasudeva come out of this cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. So, what is Brahma praying to Krishna? So, in the Gajendra Moksha Leela, you have heard about Gajendra Moksha, Gajendra? So, Gajendra's leg falls in the crocodile. And he starts praying, lifting his hand. At that instant, Brahma has said, he said, Tattenu kampam susamikshamaano kunja kevatma kritam vipakam Bhagvamur Vidanam Namaste Ividoyo Mukti Padesa Dayabhag. So what does this mean? My dear Lord, one who is eternally waiting for you to show the mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds, and offering you respect, obeisances with the heart, words, and body, surely eligible for liberation. Who will get moksha? One who is tolerating all these sufferings in this world and serving you, waiting for your mercy. One who is eagerly waiting for your mercy, suffering all the while, is surely is going to get. You take insurance policy, right? So insurance says, if you meet this consideration, at the time of death, you are going to get this many benefits. Are you going to get? Yes. If you are fulfilling every point in the insurance, you are going to get the compensation, isn't it? It's your birth, right? You can ask Krishna, I have done all these things. Now it's giving. You can question Krishna. For that, you have to do this bhakti. You have to patiently wait for the suffering. So all those happy moments or distress moments in this material world, Bhagavatam says, Scripture says, distress only. Tolerate everything, and you are going to get success. You can claim it. That's what I say. Isn't it? Is the instruction very clear? The Bhagavatam. So this finishes our karma. So what is karma? You have understood. All these things you have understood. What actions you have to take? You have to wait for the person to come. You have to be prepared to act according to Krishna, and surely you are going back to Godhead. So it's 12 o'clock. Next class we have who is God, and one God or many God. So that's a big topic. So with your permission, today I just covering the introduction part of it. So that next week we'll have save time. We have certain introductions for that. Otherwise, it will take more and more sessions for that. So we all have that question, right? One God or many gods, isn't it? So I think Hemlata Mataji today she did not come. She asked her. So what about Shiva? What about all of these people? So we all have certain photographs, right? One traditional photograph. There is a sequence. Lakshmi, Venkateswara Swami, here Vinayaka, Saraswati. I don't know who created it. We all have it, isn't it? If you go to your home, see your altar. We have all the things, right? All the possible, especially Shiva, Saraswati, Lakshmi Devi, Vinayaka, all Vishnu, Krishna, everything is there. But who among that is supreme? Who among that is supreme? If somebody is asked in your religion, who is God? You must have so many gods. You say this is God. Do you have any answer for that? This, yeah, Vishnu. Yes. How can you say that Vishnu is the supreme? In some people quote the Devi Bhagavatam. They say, mother has created all these three. Devi Bhagavatam, they say, but of course, what they are reading Devi Bhagavatam is a wrong vision. But how would I know? One thing is scriptures. So scriptures say this is the supreme. How can I logically understand? First, we have to be convinced, right? Yes, Vishnu is the supreme. Krishna is the supreme. But if you talk to the person who is worshipping other devata, will they accept? No. You have to convince them. So this clears our conviction. Yes, what we said is correct, but this session will give you nice weapons so that you can answer. So that's one way of answering. Yeah, that's all one way of answering. Some people say God is formless also. Yes, God, generator, organizer, and destroyer. So that Trimurti. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Great. Yes. Yes. Actually, this material world is bound by time, first of all. So administration means creation, maintenance, and destruction. Whatever in this material world, this is the what Krishna says. These material things should be created, maintained, and destroyed, even our bodies. Similarly, this material world. But the soul is not destroyed. Soul is not created, soul is not only maintained, but soul is not destroyed. So destruction means you are not destroyed. The only material things are destroyed. So in Brahma Samhita it is said, so Krishna is a root element. He is called Adi Narayana. So Narayana, there are so many Narayana. Adi Narayana means he is the first Narayana. So from him comes everything. So from him comes Brahma. Brahma says, all the elements were given by him. So I am a secondary creator in Brahma Samhita. Vishnu is a maintainer. I will take the personal responsibility of maintaining it. And Rudra has taken the responsibility of destroying it. So that again new things will come up. Rudra also maintains, he has a Vaishnava Sampradaya. But another is a duty. Devatas has a certain duty. Doesn't make that they like doing it. It's a service given by Krishna on his behalf, he has to do it. So Rudra doesn't want to destroy anything, but he is supposed to do it as a duty. That we'll understand in this session. So why, at what level we have to give respect to each and every people. So questions to discuss to determine who is God. So we have to use our intelligence and understand who is God. So mindset to be tuned before we start. So we have our mind, we have to tune our mind. Is service and praise with differentiation mark of respect. If I start respecting you at one level, at this at one level, is it respect or disrespect? We have to understand it. So showing respect means should I show respect to equally or should I show a differentiation? We have to understand it. Is universally determined, universality determined by one belief or universal principle. Universality is dependent upon universal principles, right? Not my belief. My belief doesn't work out, your belief doesn't work out. There are universal principles that works out to say who is God. What is the problem living with many paths and beliefs? There are so many paths, so many beliefs. What is wrong? You live in your way, I live in my way. Why should one know who is God? First of all, why should I know? Is there any need? As God exists, we have already seen, right? Does God exist? Yes, he doesn't. He doesn't exist. Which person has the qualification to discuss the God? Who has the qualification? I, you, no. How do we know the scripture is a word of God? Scriptures to mention. We have always read scriptures. The session. Why there are so many scriptures? We have learnt about this. Why so many scriptures? Which scripture among many scriptures should one follow? So many other scriptures. What should I follow? Who can be bona fide representative to the scripture? We have seen this also. Brief universal view. How does it? I will take you a view from this material world to spiritual world. You have seen the planetarium thing. I will show you a planetarium over here. How can we determine who is God through these scriptures? What is the difference between Bhagavan and demigods? So, some in English we say it's demigod. But if you are not comfortable, some people are not comfortable saying it's a demigod. Let's say demigod. Dummy is not same as demi. But if you are not comfortable, we can say Bhagavan and Devata. The Devatas are called demigods. How can we accept such a complicated person? Krishna is so complicated. Vishnu is so complicated. Then how can we say that he is God? So this entire this is a synopsis. So is service and praise with differentiation a mark of respect or disrespect? So if I treat each and every one of you in a different way, am I showing disrespect to other person? How it is not? You say no. How it is not? You are treating her like this. Why are you not treating me? Isn't it? They say you have to treat the same way. I want the same treatment, isn't it? So people say that equality means equal treatment. Otherwise, it is getting offended. But you have to treat each and every person at a respectful level. So I am working in a company. The MD is an employee of the company. I am also an employee. Is MD and I the same level? MD deserves more respect. Right? He has a big cabin. We take appointments. MD is an employee. I should get the same treatment. Will you get it? Oh, no, right? Should you get it? So, to the degree we have a designation, we are treated as respectively. So, you have small cabin. MD has a big cabin. Prime Minister has a biggest cabin. Because the nature of the job he does. So, showing this respect according to individual is not a mark of disrespect. So we have to use our human intelligence. We have seen this in the first session. So use your intelligence to understand what is good and what is bad, permanent and temporary, freedom and real freedom, superior and inferior. There is duality. So there is hierarchy. In every possible way, we have the hierarchies. Every person should be recognized for his wisdom, relation, and achievements. So according to their own achievement, according to their wisdom, according to their success, sometimes we have to give respect accordingly. So we should respect everyone, but doing it with knowledge. So here you can see it in the Srimad Bhagavatam 4th canto, example of Prithu Maharaj. So based on this Prithu Maharaj, his world is called Prithvi after his name. So at that time he came from a king called Vena. So he came from Vena and in charge of the kingdom. Just now he signed the document that kingdom belongs to me. And people started praising, you have done all these things, you have done so much things, you have done so many wonderful things. Isn't it good that if somebody says, today when I take charge of my seat, people say, started praising that you have done all these things. If you look at the company, it doesn't exist. It looks very nice, right? Tell. What, tell more. It looks very nice. But what are I saying? It's an insult. A foolish person who agrees to accept with such praise does not know that such words simply is an insult. If you are taking credit for what you have not done, the praise is actually an insult. So without our knowledge, we are insulting so many people. So we have to follow in the footsteps of Prithu Maharaj. No, I have not done. Please park your praises Tomorrow when I do, you can praise me. But today I have not done all these things. How many have guts to say that? So, so many circle inspectors, so many constables are doing all this administrative activities, right? Policing. Naturally, they are working. You can say, constable, you have done a nice job because you are doing all these things. Let's say you are great. But if you start praising him like this before a DGP is standing right beside, without you, my colony is not existing. What will he think? What about my job tomorrow? DGP is doing, in essence, what is my job? He will remove me. Not that DGP is envious. Because on the instructions of the DGP only he is working. Right? If DGP has not given instruction to him, will he work? No. So DGP should be respected at one level, constable at one level. Yes, we have to respect. So what can make Hanumanji please happy? You all worship Hanuman, right? What makes him happy? When you chant Jai Shri Ram. So it is said whenever you utter the name of Ram, Hanuman is always present. So it doesn't. In the olden days, there was no Hanuman temple separately. Hanuman temple was right face to Ram. He did not want any temple. Hanumanji did not want any temple. If you go to Hanuman and say, you are a supreme, without you anything doesn't exist, you are the ultimate God. Will he be happy? He take this Jagata and trust of you. What do you think? My Lord Ram is my boss over here. I am serving him. He is the supreme, isn't it? You do Lakshmi Vratam, right? Or Lakshmi Vratam. Amma, you are the supreme. You are the eternal thing. Because of you, everything is coming. You are the supreme. What is Lakshmi Devi doing? Isn't she helping Narayana, serving Narayana? So what makes Lakshmi happy? When we serve Narayana, Lakshmi is happy. A chaste woman is happy and husband is respected, isn't it? So you go to invite a function. So if you ask Mataji, you only come, your husband should not come. Will that Mataji will go? No. So it is a woman's function. Both husband and wife should be called, isn't it? Why? Because woman always has reverence for husband. So when the husband is treated nicely, woman automatically comes there. So to make Lakshmi ji sit in your house, what you have to do? You have to worship Narayana. So together, Lakshmi Narayana you have to do. So when you do Varakshmi Ratham, put a Narayana picture. Do Lakshmi Narayana Puja. That's the way we have to do. What Ravana did. I want Sita without Ram, isn't it? I want Lakshmi without Narayan. What happened to Raman? He was ultimately destroyed. Hanuman, he wanted to serve Narayan with Lakshmi Devi together. And you can see what is the glory of Hanuman. So, who you want to become Hanuman or Ravan? We have to choose. And accordingly, we have to act. So, respecting Lakshmi ji, we have to respect Lakshmi because she is a consort of Narayan. But saying that she is a supreme is an insult for her because her husband is a supreme. So, Bhagavad Gita says, those who are the devotees of the other gods who worship them faithfully actually worship only me. You are worshiping other devatas, you are worshiping me. But you are doing it in the wrong way. Krishna is not saying don't worship the other devatas. But you are doing it in the wrong way. And what is the relationship with the devata and to me? What is the relationship with Durga Devi and to me? She is my servant, loyal servant. She is working on behalf of me. So you have to see the relationship between Durga and Narayan. Durga in the spiritual world is Subhadra Devi. Subhadra is none other than Durga Devi. Durga Devi is for material world, Subhadra Devi is for spiritual world. So if you see the consciousness change, you can see Durga in the form of Subhadra. So don't, you have to worship the devatas understand how they are related to them. So Vedic society respected contribution of every varna. So there was Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Today's caste system and earlier varna system are not same. They are not same. Caste system is man-made. Varna system is created by God. So where is it? Bhagavad Gita 4.6. Bhagavad Gita 4.13. He has created varnas. So when we follow the orders of varnashrama system, whether you are a Shudra, Vaishya, Saitra, Brahmana, all are going to go back to Krishna. Doesn't say that Brahmana is only one who is going. Kshatriya is only one. Even Shudra can go. So, but there was hierarchy. There was certain hierarchy we have to follow. So, serving Guru is most significant. So, you cannot approach God directly. You have to approach through Guru. So, disciples should worship Guru like God because he is a representative of God. Sometimes on office work we go to certain places. So, they respect us because we belong to certain office. Isn't it? That doesn't mean I am owning the office. So, similarly, Guru is coming on behalf of God. So, we have to treat him as similarly like God, but we should not consider him is God. Guru as God is okay. Guru is God is not okay. So Guru should not think that he is God. See, if Guru says I am God, just leave him. But never Guru says I am God. Guru accepts respect to each disciple. He doesn't want respect actually. He is not after our respect. He is not seeking for respect. But he is accepting respect on behalf of God. Not that he wants respect. So, who is serving Guru or serving Krishna? Serving Guru makes Krishna happy. Serving Krishna makes Guru happy. So we have to serve both. Respecting everyone is a must, but whimsically worshipping as God is what is wrong. So you have to respect Shiva, you have to respect Ganesha, you have to respect Kumara, everyone. But whimsically, if you are doing all those things, you are actually insulting them. They are not gods. So they are devatas. So is universality determined by one's belief concept? Is my belief worked out, or there is a universal principle? So if universal principle works, what is the universal principle? It designates one person as a god. So why so much confusion? Is there a universal god? We have question, right? So Muslims, Christians, is there a universal god? So what does Islam mean? Islam says La illa illallah, means surrender unto the one supreme. And Pope also once said, so Muslims and Christians also have one God. Pope is the highest person in Christianity. So if you see this picture, so many personalities, so many characters. So is everyone God? We have to check. Why unnecessary all these things? Let us leave him. Let us worry. Let he worry about himself. There is no God, isn't it? People say, don't worry about God. He doesn't exist. Let us enjoy. So much convenient, right? It's a convenient philosophy. Somebody will say God is formless, nirakara. There is no akara. So according to your imagination, according to your way of thinking, you can see God as Lakshmi, Saraswati, Shiva, all those things. Some people will say that. You heard right? So because we have to imagine some form, I imagine God in this form, and this is God. Because God is originally formless. If you see Bhagavad Gita, it says, me, surrender to me. It says so many places. On the 6th chapter, you see, it says, me is, if I say, hear me, that means you have to hear me, isn't it? Some people say, yes, you are saying it is me, but actually it is your energy speaking. So I don't surrender to you, I surrender to your formless energy. They start interpreting Bhagavad Gita in a different way. It is so simple. Surrender to me. I am speaking over here. You have to surrender to me. Some people go to the extent that they hear, read Bhagavad Gita. Actually, Krishna is saying, surrender to me. I am speaking, surrender to me. It means you have to surrender to me, not to Krishna. Because people think that Krishna is formless. This is the flaw in this. So, Yes. Subduing your ego. Yeah. Mm. Ego. Yes. Because what does ego mean? Ahankara. Ego means ahankara. Ahamkara means aham karoti. It is the doership. Surrendering your ego, surrendering your doership means you are not the doer. You are not the doer. You are being Krishna is desiring, and you are the medium. So you are actually the instrument in the hands of Krishna. So surrender towards Krishna means you become an instrument in the hands of Krishna. Like flute. According to the Krishna's tune, flute plays. Doesn't flute say, I like this tune? Krishna, you play like this. So, Krishna plays his tune, and according to his tune, the flute sings. So we have to become instruments. Surrendering means you have to become an instrument in the hands of Krishna. Do whatever he likes us to do. Did I answer your question? Hmm. Okay. Yes, humble. Humility, humble and gratitude. When you are humble, you are grateful. So being grateful is a spirituality. Spirituality and grateful are not two different things. If you are grateful, you are spiritual. So for that gratefulness, you have to be humble. Humble means surrender your ego. Surrendering to Guru and Krishna is saying, putting my ego aside. Now your instructions is what I need. Yes, scientifically can say that. The submission of your ego. The problem is we are after different religions. Christianity, Muslim, all the same, but we are not after the spirit behind the religion. What does each religion say? What is the essence of each religion? We did not consider. That's why so many wars are happening. So, is there a universal definition of God? Parashara Muni. So, Parashara Muni was the father of Vedavyas. So, Parashara Muni has given a definition for God. So, what is the definition for God? Aishwaryasya samagrasya veeryasya yashasya sriya jnana vairagya chaiva annam bhoga ittana. So what does it mean? The God Supreme One, Bhagavan has all the six opulences. What is that? Strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, renunciation. So you say Gunavan. What is Gunavan means? One who has Guna, nice Guna. Bhagyavan means one who has nice Bhagya. Bhagavan means one who possesses all the six. Not in partiality, complete. If somebody is rich, he doesn't have any strength. He doesn't have any beauty. So if one person has all the things, that is called God. So not anyone will have all the six in full. If all the six is full, that is one who can be qualified as God. How Krishna is God, we will see it in the next session. These fits are universal principles, right? So every religion says, my God is my God is beautiful, my God is all the things. This is the people why people are fighting. This is a principle, universal principle. So God is all attractive person who does pastimes to attract us. So you are attracted to beauty. Somebody is attracted to money. Somebody is attracted to strength. So Krishna or God attracts all the people. But I am not. I see Krishna. I see God at one level. You see God at a different level, isn't it? But ultimately, He is trying to attract. So attraction is the highest principle which a God should have by way of different capacities. So with this universal principle in mind, we should recognize the same God in whatever form he comes, isn't it? So I will witness, it's a personal realization. So I have witnessed a Muslim person and a Christian person and Hindu person, they were talking, who is God? And this statement was given by a Muslim person. A dog recognizes his master, whether the master comes in dhoti kurta, shalwar kameez, or lungi, or without any dress, isn't it? Dog recognizes by way of scent. So we are all like dogs, and our master is God. Whether he comes in whatever form, we have to recognize him This is the same person. He is coming today in this form, today tomorrow in this form, today that day in this form. But we should have the capacity to understand who is my master, isn't it? So this is a universal principle. Are we interested in college or knowledge? Are we interested in college or knowledge? Actually, both. But first priority is the knowledge, and also you have to have college also. Good college will give you good knowledge. So ultimately, it's a knowledge that matters the most. So every name of the God has a meaning and a power to attract it. So the way the God interacts with the devotee, he has a different name. Nanda Nandana, because he is a son of Nanda. Yashoda Nandana, he is a son of Yashoda. According to the way he reciprocates with the devotee, he has a name. He reciprocates as Allah, means the worshipper of Allah. So people worship him as a worshipper. Christ, he is the chosen one. He is the one who is called Jehovah. Vishnu means all pervading. Paramatma. If you are talking about Paramatma, also say he is called Vishnu. And Krishna means Sarva Akarsha Iti Krishna. God, when he attracts all of us, Sarva Akarsha Iti, then it's called Krishna. Krishna is not a Hindu god. Krishna is the God. Is that in the name of Lord Krishna, he attracts us all in different loving access. Attraction is through love. Isn't it? Love only attracts. That is called rasa. In Sanskrit, love is called rasa. So there are different kinds of rasas. What are those rasas? Shanta rasa, cows, animals. Dasya rasa, Bali Chakravarti is the Dasya rasa. Sakya rasa, friendship, Arjuna, Sudama. And Vatsalya rasa, Yashoda, Devaki, Kunti. Madhuri rasa, Radharani, Lakshmi Devi, Sita. These are all Madhuri rasa. So open-minded people naturally infer. People say one should be open-minded. Yes, we all should be open-minded. Not to the extent that our brain starts falling down. We have to have brains, right? You should be open-minded. Don't throw your brains out. So open-minded people will understand, yes, there is only one God. So what is the problem living with many paths and beliefs? What is the problem? How do you find your path in the Google map? So you have Google Maps, right? You use Google Maps for, so you require from destination, my current location, to destination, where I have to go. Choose the shortest path, isn't it? You want to go to the shortest path. And if you are deviating from the path, Google Map will give you the right path. Isn't it? This is the normal way. So is it intelligent and normal behavior? It's normal for everyone. So there is no problem in many paths provided they are authorized. If the paths are authorized, you can follow any path. But if you are following an unauthorized path, you are in a deep zone. So you may not know all the paths, and the person who created them knows. So you don't know the paths, right? So Google Map is giving you, see the alternate path also, right? If you go, this is the 10 minutes extra, half an hour extra. Google Map also show alternate paths. Similarly, the creator gives you the alternate paths also. We cannot decide this path will lead to the creator. So this comes from parampara. Evam parampara praptam. If the two location is different, if I want to go to Gachibowli today now, I have to put Gachibowli address. But if I put Lakkapul address, will I go to Gachibowli? No, right? So two destination is important. And who gives the two destination? If you see my message in the WhatsApp group, I am giving you the WhatsApp location, right? This address. Who is giving it? I am giving it because I am organizing. Similarly, one who wants us to come has to give the address. Suppose if I want to come to your home, you have to give me your Google Map location. I don't know. So the creator has to give the two destination. So where does he is giving? 9 to 25. If those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. If those who worship the ancestors will go to the Indraloka. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will go take birth among the beings. If you worship me, you will come back to me. Isn't the two destination clear? If you worship Devatas, you will go to the Devatas. So if going to Kailash, what will you do in the Kailash Parvata? What does Shiva do? He will teach you Bhagavad Gita. If you go to Ganesha, what will he teach you? He will teach you Bhagavad Gita again. Everyone will teach you the Bhagavad Gita. So in 8.21 also it says that which the Vedanta is described as unmanifested and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which having attained does not return, that is the supreme abode. He is giving the true destination address. That place where one reaches, there is no question of coming back. That is the place which I am going to send you. So what is the problem with creating your paths? I create my path. So when you join your children, doesn't you verify which is a good syllabus, which is a good school, nice hospitals you verify, right? But when it comes to spirituality, why are you not doing it? This organization is good, this path is good, why are we not doing it? You will open YouTube channel, any Tadiwala what it says, you will believe. Are we using our mind for that? So when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to your life, you are not putting your intelligence. What is right and what is wrong. For ordinary material things, we are putting our intelligence. For the greatest thing, we are not putting our intelligence. Is it right or wrong? So who can give you the best path? Is a God, is a sender. So are we rejecting the God scriptures? Yes, we are. So destinations is given in the Shastras. But without reading the Shastras, what are we saying? Bhagavad Gita, you should not read Bhagavad Gita. You should not read Bhagavad Gita this time. Have you read Bhagavad Gita? To comment on Bhagavad Gita? No. So even Krishna is saying, I have created all the devatas, sages. So they do not know. I have to give them also the address. What the devatas are going to give? The same address which they are getting from Krishna. So why waste time in creating? We have all the times. We have time to create a path. So to follow the already given path. So why should one know God? So when you see something precious to you damaged, will you find out today? So if you have some it is damaged, do you want to know who created it? Then you have a problem in your house. Then will you don't ask God? You understood that God has created everything. Then you have a right to ask question. Then who is that God? Don't you ask question that? This material world is created for a purpose. We are forced to live in. Won't you ask question? Why are we living? So who created this? What created this? What is the purpose? Will you ask or not? Most precious thing in our life, parents, children are dying before us. Where they are going? Who is taking them? Won't you ask? My identity is my body. I am identified with this body. I am so and so. And this body is being forcibly taken by somebody. Who is taking it? Don't you want to ask question? Why am I misunderstood in my relationship? I never wanted to harm. So you're suffering so many relationship problems. People are not understanding you. Why? So are we desperate to know him or are we leading any current life? Did it happen? So I want to know that person who is the cause of all causes in front of me. I want to question him or her. Why are you doing this to me? Will you ask for this or not? Or simply leading a life like any other person? If you are intelligent, you have to ask these questions. So who is this person? If he is God, who is he? I want to summon him. So does God exist? We have seen the source of everything, controller, operator, enjoyer of everything. The proof is he is a proprietor. Proof of proprietor is it's a controller. Proof of controllership is creator. Proof of creatorship is cause of all causes. So one who fulfills all these criteria is one who is called God. Otherwise, he is called dog. Each person has qualification. So we don't have any qualification because we are born with these three modes of Guna. Why? What is the problem with the Guna? So in the mode of goodness, we get knowledge. But we are in mode of ignorance and darkness. How can we identify a person who is God? And the Vedas deal mainly with the subject of three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental. Means you have For Arjuna to understand who is Krishna, he has to understand go beyond these three modes. Means if you are in these three modes, you cannot understand. And no human being born in this material world is uncontaminated. Everyone are in these three modes. Vedas are called Apaurusheya because they are not written by any human being. It's a word of God. So our philosophy is having so many flaws, right? So constitutions, there are so many flaws in our philosophy. We have seen all these things. Ajagala Stalanaya. So this is looking like a nipple, but it doesn't come out. So we are thinking everything is false. Everything false as true. How do you know that scripture is word of God? Vedas based knowledge, it is Apaurusheya. People not change. We have seen in the last session as well. Special session. King's duty is to maintain the knowledge as it is. So only way to maintain the peace and prosperity is to know about serving the Shastras and the Brahmanas. So Brahmanas would write it is as it is. That's why Bhagavad Gita is as it is. So through Guru Parampara, you have to understand. So all these things we have seen in the previous scriptures. So why there are so many scriptures? Scriptures are revealed as per time, place, and circumstances. So Jesus was fully realized, but he told, I can tell you so many things, but you cannot understand. Because he is dealing with shepherds, not intelligent class. Prophet Muhammad had to say, at least don't have sex with your mother and children. Sorry, sister. Understand the nature of consciousness which they carry. If you say brahmacharya and sannyasa to the people, what will happen? They have killed him. Could Jesus say no? That's why they have reduced the knowledge. So make them understand. All these Vedas, Quran, Bible, and all are authorized scriptures. They say only one thing: surrender unto me. The Muhammad Prophet says, I am the servant of God. Jesus Christ says, I am the Son of God. Krishna says, I am the God. And what is the difficulty in understanding? Isn't it? Is there any contradiction? No. So La ilaha illallah, Islam means surrender. So even heaven and hell is there. So Lord Krishna's final message, abandon all other duties. Surrender unto me. So more explanation we have seen. A for apple, apple is this one. So different level of consciousness, different level of books we have. So different levels of scriptures. So all this Islam will give you the way of life. So but activities of God is given in Vedas. So which scripture? One should understand the purpose behind the scripture. So if you understand the purpose of the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita 2.46 says, if you understand the purpose behind the scriptures, it means you have understood it. So what is the purpose of the scriptures? 15.15. Vedasa sarve aham veda. By all the means of the Vedas, I am Lord. You have to understand Krishna is the God. So if you understand that Krishna is God, it means the purpose of all the Vedas is completed. That is what is up. So Bhagavad Gita alone is sufficient for all of us. Vedas include so many things. Four Vedas, Vedangas, Upavedas, Dharma Shastras, Itihasas, Agama Shastras, Vedanta Sutras, all those things. So Veda Vyasa has compiled all this. The Puranas are a medium to explain the highest philosophy. So for the highest philosophy, they are taking Puranas. Puranas are nothing but examples of different devotees how to achieve perfection. So based on the age, the Puranas change. So all the Puranas are not spoken at one time. Matsya Purana was spoken when Matsya Avatara was there. Kurma Purana was spoken when Kurma Avatara was there. So as the time progresses, the same you have to approach in a different way, isn't it? The olden days you cannot recreate now. But from now, how should I succeed? So based on the time, place, and nature, different Puranas have evolved. That's what Brahma says. Gradual elevation from Devatas to Supreme is allowed. So today you are worshipping some Devata, slowly we will come one day, we will come to worshipping Krishna. So how do we reconcile? Upanishads are the one which reconciles everything. So many things are spoken, isn't it? So the essence of all the Puranas are given in the Upanishads. So what is the Upanishad right now? Gita Upanishad. So that's what saying. Vyasadeva removed all interpretations in the Vedanta Sutra. Srimad Bhagavatam was declared unparalleled and unbiased Purana. So Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are sufficient to deal with all the things. So Lord Shiva categorized all the Puranas according to the people modes. So this is the Padma Purana slokas you can see. Which Purana is in which mode? Puranas are not in the mode. Puranas deal with the persons who are in the mode. If you are in the mode of goodness, you will be attracted to Sattva Puranas. What are those Puranas? So Shruti Shastra, you can see all these Puranas. These are in the different people in the different modes. So there are completely not completed. Some Puranas are not completed in Veda Vyasa. He had not touched upon it. Other Puranas, Tamil Puranas. What scriptures? Scriptures are compiled by the Lord Veda Vyasa on the level of Brahman, the mode of goodness. So there are so many sampradayas we have learned. One is Nimbarka Sampradaya or Kumara Sampradaya. These are the 4 authorized sampradayas given by God Himself. One is Kumara Sampradaya. Second is Sri Sampradaya, Ramanujacharya. Rudra Sampradaya and Brahma Sampradaya by Madhvacharya. All these will come to one conclusion. All this is Bhagavad Gita and Krishna is the supreme. So Gita Mahatmya, Shankaracharya also said. So only one Shastra is required. What is this one Shastra? Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Shastras, Gita Mahatmya. Sripad Adhari Shankaracharya was also saying the same thing. Gita is a conclusion statement. So who can be a bona fide representative? Guru. So one should follow the orders of the Guru. Guru cannot be decided because he is a good speaker, he is from the same community, same nationality. The essence which he is speaking makes a Guru. So Mirabai is also Guru. Who is that Mirabai's Guru? Sant Ravidas. Sabari as a Matangarishi has Guru. Ramadas has Raghunath Bhattacharya as his Guru. Annamaya has a Guru from Ahobilam Bhatt. So all the bona fide devotees, they come in the parampara. So without parampara, one cannot become a devotee, one cannot go back to Krishna. Do you know how many years Sabari served? He waited for Ram for 90 years. Every day she was doing the same service. So purity and surrender. Don't disrespect anyone, respect everyone, but considering everyone as Sadguru is not intelligence. Even God Himself comes in Sampradaya. The bona fide Guru teaches one essence, scriptures in the mode of goodness. So we are all part of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. There are so many Sampradayas. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, has come in this material world and took the essence of all the Sampradayas and he has created a Sampradaya called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Because Krishna has all the authority to create the Sampradayas. And Achintya Veda, and we are all part of this Achintya Veda Sattva. So rest everything we'll continue in the next session. So this serves as an introduction for the future sessions. Hare Krishna. If there is any doubt, you can ask questions.